What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be giving my commentary on Wanda's latest YouTube live. She said some disturbing things about a blogger. I get that you want to vent and express your feelings, but there are such things called boundaries, filters, self-control. So we're going to get into all of that. Also, she is definitely now activated in terms of being mad at both Nell and Mel. And we're going to get into that as well. And she even spoke on Marceau and his feminine side. So before we get into these details, I ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. You all already knew that I was going to ask. I would greatly appreciate it. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who just have to hear about the craziness that is Miss Wanda and her vernacular. And also, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. We have serious discussions about things like wellness and self-care. We talk about our hair and my lock journey. We talk about celebrity tea and gossip and TV show recaps, all that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right on in. Now, I'm sure that you all are familiar with Wanda taking it very personally when bloggers, they make jokes about her. She becomes like a parody, and she really does not like it, though, when people bring up her deceased parents, her deceased family members. Allegedly, this is according to her. So she is angry at a particular blogger, one that is hilarious. She's like a comedian. And she has said a variety of things during her YouTube live tonight. Before I play this first soundbite, I do want to remind everyone that the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary of these soundbites are allowed for things like criticism or teaching. And of course, everything that I'm saying during this video is alleged and is my opinion. All right, so let's get into this first soundbite.
Rest. You expect for them to lay there and rest. Let them get their days in. When people continue on putting your parents on blast, like it's funny, like it's okay, then I had to come and check this bitch, okay? I had to come and check her because it's not funny. It's not a game. When I'm talking about your husband, he's still alive. He's still living. He can speak for himself. But since I got to speak for my parents, I'm going to stand all the way in. And I may pay you a visit. I may pay you a visit. See, you think it's a joke. You must don't know about me. I'm serious. I am very serious now. You must not know about me. Family-wise or whatever, whoever get in the way, anybody can get the heat. You can.
So after saying that she would visit the blogger, she said that she was not making a threat. She said that she just wants to whoop her one good time. So that's the point that I'm making. I definitely understand if you become angry. You know, anger is an emotion. It's natural if you're going to be offended by something. Say what you said in the beginning. You don't like it when people speak about your deceased family members, and you even said, if I speak on your husband, they're still alive. But then you don't have to take it to the physical. You don't have to take it where you're saying something like, if it's not a threat, it's a promise. We don't want anybody to be hurt. This is a virtual community. We all bond with each other virtually, but we're not trying to harm each other. So that's what I'm talking about, just about taking things too far. And you are a public figure, Wanda. You have been on a reality TV show. So this is why we even know who you are. And then because of how you have moved on that reality TV show and allegedly tried to sucker punch one of your then castmates, amongst other things, things that you have said about this person's children. This is why, people, they do go in and they do write their skits and their parodies about you because you've taken them to that point. But it's always been verbal spats. No promise to do anything physical or be in your physical space. So now we all have talked about how ever since Maurice's YouTube awards, we all had that feeling in our spirits that that was going to be the beginning of those who are on the show that have ganged up on Melody, that they would try to enter the blogger sphere to cause division. And she definitely tried it again tonight with this same blogger whom she is mad at. So I'm going to get into the soundbite and then come back with my commentary.
One thing you can do is just get the subscribers that you want over here. I give them to you. I pay you for that, girl. That's what you need that bad. Ain't nobody else talking about me. You go acting in lofty page and you sat down and man told you 1,001 times. Don't call him with that mess. And you continue on doing it. And also, stopping people page and stuff and talking about them and say the same thing they said. They ready to whoop your butt too.
Okay, so she is talking about another amazing content creator. I think she is hilarious. And, I guess apparently there could be some sort of maybe not even beef, perhaps just annoyance with the blogger that Miss Wanda is angry at. So Miss Wanda watches enough of the bloggers to know this. She, a reality TV star who has been on a nationally syndicated TV show, has actually watched enough bloggers to know that that one blogger may be annoyed with this young lady over alleged stealing some of her materials, her jokes, and making it her own. So that's one thing. If a couple of bloggers are annoyed with each other, it's a totally different ballgame when the reality TV star is aware of it and she's bringing it up. The reality TV stars that we all see on our TV screens on a regular basis, they're not even just on the TV show. They are selling products. They are starting businesses, including her own daughter and son-in-law. So they really, in their conversation or their IG stories, their tweets, their YouTube channels, they are not talking about bloggers that may be at odds right now. And I hope that the two bloggers, hopefully they're in a better place at this point because I enjoy both of them. So, I hate to see when bloggers, are mad at each other and coming at each other because, I'd rather we all just enjoy making content, and making a few coins. But I just find it so interesting that the reality TV star is up on any disagreements amongst bloggers. That was very telling for me. You all let me know in the comments what you think about that. So then Wanda, she again, goes very far with this blogger that she is angry with right now. So I will just sit that there. I'll play the soundbite and then I will come back.
The pain that I'm feeling right about now when you're showing my deceased father around, I feel very, very sad and bad about that. I really did. If I knew where you stay at, I would have made sure that you would have been taken care of. I would have made sure of that.
So it's giving, mobster, mafia, a Martin Scorsese film, The Godfather or Goodfellas. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I just find that so interesting. Miss Wanda, did you binge watch a bunch of mafia movies before you went live on your YouTube channel? Because I cannot believe that you would say that you wish you had a blogger's address. Definitely, you are not the first reality TV star to, bloggers have said their negative opinions about you, and you definitely will not be the last. Just a month ago, it was Candy from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was catching hell for having a young lady on her YouTube channel who was dragging Drew Sidora's sister for her mental health issues. So, I mean, Miss Wanda, it's not just you who can get it, but definitely I see that you take it very, very personally. So I don't know if that's anything that you want to journal about, meditate on, maybe even talk to a therapist if you're still going to remain as a public figure. And if you're also still going to watch the bloggers who have, like a negative skit or negative feedback about you. If you're going to continue to watch them, then you may want to prep yourself, better to handle what they say. Now, this next soundbite that I'm going to play, I thought that it was very interesting. I wasn't expecting her to say this. Maybe I missed something, but the cops were called on Marceau?
Okay. I did say something that I was going to talk about the show a little bit. That pussy ass bitch, she ain't got nothing for me. Nothing. She don't have nothing for me. Roll your eyes, stomp your feet. Because this one black, you're not gonna beat. Period. Okay? I just want you to know that. You will never beat me. Never. So we can go battle to battle now, but I want to be face to face with you. Let's see who win that one. They don't talk behind the screen. Anybody can talk behind the screen. Anybody can talk and say what they want to say behind the screen. But let's go toe to toe. Face to face. Let's face off, baby. Face off. Because you and your little crew probably was the one that called the police on my son-in-law. Y'all thought y'all could do something with him, but he made y'all a bad Janet. He made y'all look stupid as hell then. And still clap them dollars.
So I wanted her to elaborate on that. Like, did police officers show up to Black or to his home? What was she talking about? Or was she talking about the alleged accusations of fraud from various people? What was she talking about exactly? Do you all have any idea about a specific incident where the cops were called and she thinks that a viewer of the show somehow did that? Please let me know in the comments. And definitely use the word alleged. Don't forget about that. All right. So then, Miss Wanda, she loves to try and count other people's money. So with this blogger that she's mad at this week, she claims that, if it wasn't for YouTube, they would just be destitute, honey. And, they can't make it without Miss YouTube.
I'm not begging for no YouTube channel. I'm not begging for no people that comes over here to look at my new. I'm not trying to get a high subscriber. I'm not doing all that. I don't care nothing about all that. I'm on here, and that's all that matters. I'm not trying to get paid for being on here to pay no car note. Bitch, you can't pay a car note. Let this job right here die and see what you pay. That car gonna be repossessed. I guarantee you it will be. I guarantee you. I guarantee you a million to one, because your husband ain't doing shit for you. He ain't doing nothing for you. Nothing.
Okay, so let's have a real talk about money and additional streams of income. We have discussed this before. People who are millionaires even say that you should have multiple streams of income. When I was growing up, the singers started acting careers. The actors started singing careers, honey. When I was a kid, when Whitney Houston was in The Bodyguard, I would see the beautiful Black actresses. They would do like the Maybelline commercials and when we were able to start doing Pantene commercials, women like Halle Berry and I believe even Toni Braxton may have had an ad. So it's normal to have additional streams of income. You use your brain, you use your common sense, you know what's your reliable income, and then you know what you may consider like commission pay, so this is something that, you would tuck away each month. it doesn't matter if someone is relying on their YouTube money to make a car note, like Miss Wanda said. It doesn't matter because it's not your financial obligation and it's not your money that you've earned. And she even went on to say that, that this blogger is working hard for $1. You go live every day. Well, Miss Wanda, just so you know, bloggers, it's best practice for us to upload some content, if not every day, at least every other day. Otherwise, YouTube will recommend fewer of your videos to people. So constantly creating content is like stimulation so that YouTube continues to recommend your content to other people. So that's why it's so important to upload videos and or go live as often as you can. And this is business. We are business partners with YouTube. So it just means that Miss Carmorel takes her channel seriously. That's why she goes live so often, ma'am. It is not indicative of her financial position. My goodness. And money is money, honey. All right. So then, like a HR director, Miss Wanda decides to define bloggers' jobs. And if you don't stay within her job description, baby, you're going to be punished.
That's your job to do. Your job is not to come for my family. That's not your job to do, to come for my family. And if that's any of y'all job to do, to come for my family, I'm coming strong. I'm coming very strong. And I swear to God on everything I love, you're going to get punished for that. Why? May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but it's going to be, you maybe don't forget about it. But you're going to get punished. You're not going to play me. Don't play with me. Period. Don't do that. Don't do that, young lady. You don't talk about nobody's family. But,
Okay, so I can't stand it when people try to use words like karma or punishment to try and make people feel bad and fearful that their life is doomed because they have said or done something that you don't like. It also reminds me of like organized religion when only some churchgoers, not all, but some churchgoers, they try to say if you disagree with what they're saying or doing, God is going to punish you or he's going to dislike you. And they're just trying to take control of your thoughts and opinions and actions so that you never do anything that they don't like. And I feel like this is a learned behavior. And obviously, Miss Wanda has learned this, and she's just trying to project and trying to put fear in the hearts and minds of bloggers if we say something that she does not like. So I can't stand that because it's very manipulative and you're trying to just take advantage and misuse words such as punishment or karma. So I just wanted to speak on that briefly. Now, what we have been talking about since last weekend was Marceau's alleged feminine side and Stormi calling him the B word in particular. And Miss Wanda actually spoke on that as well, giving her opinion on whether or not her son-in-law Marceau is a female dog.
And I want y'all to know, the reason why Tisha didn't get mad when she called her husband a bitch, the reason why she didn't get mad, do you really want to know the reason why she didn't get mad? She didn't get mad because it could be. Because I keep telling y'all all the time, it's okay for you to call me a bitch. It's okay for you to call Tisha a bitch. It's okay. It's okay. And the reason why it's okay, bitches get paid and hoes get laid. That's the difference. He kept getting paid while y'all talking. It's okay. It's okay. Now you want to have some fighting words, call me a hoe.
Oh my gosh, you have got to admit, Miss Wanda is definitely entertaining. Like what inspires these quotes of hers, especially when they rhyme? Is it the Henny? Is she a Remy type of gal? Is she Crown Royal? Like, what is it, that inspires her so? But she tried to flip it, put a positive spin on it, like a spin doctor who does PR for a politician. She's trying to say that Marceau may be a B, but he's a paid B. Okay, so, and that is up for debate depending on who you ask, right? But she just totally ignored, his behavior and how he talks to women. And also, she did this live from Tisha's house. So I don't know. It sounds like she's babysitting. Perhaps Marceau and Tisha are hanging out tonight. So the kids were there. And she said, I'm not trying to talk too loud, although I thought she was talking at a pretty normal volume. But she said she was trying to keep her voice down low. She did not want to, she did not want the kids to overhear what she was saying. She would not speak on whether or not how she would feel if Marceau cheated on Tisha. She said, because the kids were in the house. She said, oh, I wish I was at home. Then I would answer that question. So she conveniently went live from Marceau and Tisha's home so that she could avoid that question. Pretty smart, I guess, Miss Wanda. Well, she is not just annoyed with the blogger. She is actually annoyed with Nell and Mel, the dream team. She is going to talk about these two. I guess she thinks they're being messy. That's hilarious. And then she decided that she would try to age shame Nell.
Nell went back and stole a whole bunch of mess with Mel. Why would I want to be around you? What you want to come there for? Why? Why you want to come? Nell, why did you want to come? But you and Mel to sit there and keep up shit like y'all did? See, people like y'all, I would have slept in on you. I would have been slept all the way in on you. And I'm pretty sure you're close to my age if you're not older than I am. You're close to my age. So, don't play. Don't play. It was not about that because if black folks, y'all say y'all been in business for the past 30 years, as long as Tisha was what? 10, 11, or 12. When y'all was in business over 30 years, Tisha had to be like 10 or about 12 years old. Okay?
Okay, so I think she feels like it's always a read to talk about a woman's age. I feel like, of course you may miss your youth when you're in the 20s and 30s or even maybe a teenager, but it's also a blessing to be mature because, I grew up in a strict household, a large Black family, and I was raised to people please. And it took me a long time to find my voice. So I'm very thankful to be 43 years old and to be alive and healthy. And I feel like that is for women who are older than me as well. That's a blessing to be here. And I think it's really whack to age shame a woman. And Miss Wanda, no disrespect. And I'm always uncomfortable coming at a woman's age because I think it's so whack and a lazy read. But she's no spring chicken either. What's the point? That is the lazy read, Miss Wanda. The other lazy read that she said was that, most of us who speak negatively about her, we do not have a man. And you all know how I feel about this. I feel like there is so much power in your single status. It could also be a very strong reflection that you won't settle, and you won't settle for disrespect. You don't want to be in an abusive relationship. You don't want your credit and your savings and 401k balances turned upside down because some fool is insufficient and can't take care of himself. So you can tell she's antiquated in her mindset and simple-minded, where she thinks she's got that lazy read going. You don't have a man, and you're old. That's what she comes at. That's what she uses when it's time to drag a woman. And she was saying that Nell and Melody were keeping up ish. No, that is Marceau. That is Marceau who keeps up the ish 100%. Now, I want to talk about because, Wanda is very, very protective of Tisha, but as of late, she's been protective of Marceau. So one would think that this same smoke that she has for the blogger, that she would have for Stormi. Well, I don't know what TV show Wanda is watching, but she totally feels like, Stormi hasn't done anything.
My face. I guess that's why I'm not on the TV show today, because don't step in my face, because I'm about that life. I'm about that life. Period, boo. Everybody want to say, you ain't here for that smoke, baby. You can't handle that smoke. There's too much smoke over here. There's too much smoke over here. Okay? You'll think a house is on fire over here. I'm about that life. I am. See, that's the reason why I can't come around people that keeping up mess all the time and starting mess. I done got into it with just about everybody on that show. On everybody, every woman that owned them. Even to Stormi. Y'all know it. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't act like I ain't got no beef with Stormi. If Stormi come to my door the wrong way and say something out the way, or say something out the way to me, wrong way, Stormi can get the fire too. All of them can get the fire. But she have not done that. So don't play with me. Don't play with me. All those in that room. Every last one of them. Kimmy, Stormi, Melanie, all those in that room. Don't come here playing with me like I'm scared of Stormi. Don't do that. Stormi ain't did nothing yet. I don't have no beef with nobody that have not done anything.
Okay, y'all. The cap is just insane in that soundbite. Okay, so she didn't want to put all the blame on Stormi. She said it was a bunch of women in that room. It was Kimmy and it was Melody and it was Nell. So she was trying to make her point that it wasn't just Stormi who called out Marceau and Tisha. It was the other women as well who criticized the Black Expo and talked about Marceau's behavior towards women. Okay, that is a valid point and that is the truth. However, only one person called your son-in-law the B word. And I find it so interesting that in Miss Wanda's eyes, that is not a bad thing. But she does not like the fact that people assume that she is afraid of Stormi. So that lets me know that Miss Wanda operates from a place of pride, where she cares what people say and think about her. And so, she was mad about the fact that people thinks that she is afraid of Stormi. I find this dynamic to be very interesting because we know that early this year, it was like at the top of the year, Betty Steele, Stormi's mom, was on Miss Wanda's YouTube channel and they talked and they seemed very cool. So I'm just curious now if that relationship is starting to disintegrate. My guess is, though, they are an alliance. So even if they're not really feeling each other, they'll never let you and I see it, because I know that they partied together at Stormi's party on the pasture. So I have a feeling that it's just a business relationship at this point. You all let me know what you think about, Miss Wanda thinking that Stormi hasn't done anything. All right. So then she actually said that nobody on Love and Marriage Huntsville would get down in the mud except for Kiki. She said that Kiki is the only one on that show who would get in the mud. And she wishes that Tisha would, meet Kiki down in the mud herself. But she said, I understand why she won't, because she has so much to lose.
You gotta take that hard helmet off and get back in the mud with her. Get back in the mud. I know my baby have a lot to lose dealing with somebody who don't have nothing to lose. So, of course, I can understand where she's coming from. I can. I can understand my daughter said she don't want to get into it, or she don't want to hurt Kiki or say nothing out the way to Kiki because she have a lot to lose. And she does. Compared to some people who wants to get in the mud like me. I don't mind getting in the mud with everybody on there. I don't mind. Even to Kiki, I don't mind. I don't mind getting in the mud. Kiki mama was on there doing all that talking. She went over there and did all that talking. I stepped to you. Come on. Don't do all that talking, girl. Step to me. See, I ain't about all that talking. I don't like a lot of talk. on this TV, on this.
Well, Miss Wanda, I know that you don't like a lot of talk, but there's nothing wrong with using your words versus becoming physical. Because at the melee, at the relaunch of Madani, it was Melody who approached you, woman to woman, adult to adult, to verbally talk about things that you were saying about Sugar Mama and her paternity. You decided to try and make it physical. So I actually disagree with you, ma'am. I feel like it's more appropriate, it's best practice to use your words to express how you feel and then tap into that fruit of the spirit, the self-control, so that it doesn't get to the physical. But again, Miss Wanda operates from a place of pride. She has a totally different mindset. So she feels like in order to show you she's hard, it has to go physical. And then, she was insinuating that Kiki, I guess, when we're going to see the waterworks, Kiki doesn't have anything to lose, but Tisha does. And I just can't stand, I have a soft spot in my heart for Kiki because I don't like the whole spin of trying to make someone look so below, like they're the dirt under your feet. And I feel like that's what, Miss Wanda and Marceau, they try to talk about Kiki like she's dirt under their feet. So y'all, oh my gosh, I did not know that there was a competition going on. Did you all know that there's a competition for traveling to Paris? Yeah, apparently there is. Apparently there's some sort of like championship. I don't know if you win a ring or a trip to Disney World, but it's such a big deal about who went to Paris, when, and first, and this, that, and the third.
Oh, I went to Africa. I went to Paris. Oh, I didn't go to Paris. I went to now Mel comes behind me and go to Paris. Oh, man is in Paris. Oh, she can afford to go to Paris, but woman cannot afford to go to Paris. I told y'all my money can go just like everybody else's money can go. I can go wherever they go. I can go wherever you go. Wherever you like. I can go wherever you go. Boo. Yep. Remember, I went first. She said it's her first.
Yes. So she actually had to point out that she went to Paris first. She mad at y'all because, we all felt like it may have been, isn't there like a Paris, Texas? Shout out to Anthony Lofty. He named some other domestic city in the United States that's named Paris. And she does not like those jokes. And she said that, people said she couldn't afford to go to Paris. And then she said, but y'all are all geeked and happy for Melody going to Paris. Oh, Miss Wanda, lighten up. It was just a couple of jokey jokes. And going to Paris, that is dope. There were some haters in the chat that were saying, when is Melody? We didn't see her on the runway, but we did see her on the runway. She walked out with whom I think was the designer. And she was wearing, it looked like a black romper. She looked super duper happy. So we did see some of the runway footage. And I was sitting there watching Miss Wanda's live when I was reading her supporters' comments. I was thinking, we don't know if the designer didn't want a lot of the runway shown because those are their designs. That's their fashion show. So, people don't really think, all the way through or think about all the possible scenarios when they're, angry or just, being a hater. But y'all let me know in the comments what you thought about these sound bites and her live. I love hearing from you all and, tapping into your thought process as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And we are already at Thursday. It's going to be a fabulous Thursday. I'm just going to continue to soak up the sun after work. I go to the park immediately after work or to the gym just to get out of the house before the days are super duper short. So I will talk with y'all later and take good care. Oh, and please hit the like button on this video. I don't want to forget to ask, and please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not done so. And again, my fair use commentary of these sound bites are allowed. Y'all take good care. Bye.